Hey, welcome back to a very new video. Bit of you new, my name is Karja and on this channel I talk mostly about lifestyle, music, language studies, travel, and currently I am living in Vienna and the series I call Vienna Adventures. And tonight we're gonna go on an adventure because once a month the Kunsthistorisches Museum turns into a nightclub and I got a ticket, so we're gonna party. And then we're gonna go back to our Saturday wild nights, meaning chilling. But today is a Tuesday, so we're gonna party. Let's go. the wrap-up part of this video. As you can see, I'm already back in the Netherlands. I'm sad because I miss Vienna. I'm also really happy because this means that it is 2025 and there are so many projects and fun things waiting for me for this year. So it's all good, but I still really miss Vienna. Anyway, this vlog basically spans over 2 weeks, the week before Christmas and a couple of days after Christmas. And I did a lot of stuff. I also chilled, especially during Christmas and the days before. I was working a lot actually on some big projects. But in the meantime, especially the week before Christmas, I did so many cool things and I need to talk about that because I went clubbing in the museum. I went to the ballet in Wiener Staatsoper. And I also made a friend with whom I went to a museum with on the second day of Christmas, because in the Netherlands we have 2 days of Christmas. However, the second day of Christmas, it isn't a second day in Vienna or in Austria. It's St. Stephen's Day. So there are a lot of things still closed, but not everything. So we could go to the museum, we could go to a restaurant, and we had the time of our lives. But of course, we need to talk about clubbing in a museum. It was intense. The Kunsthistorisches Museum does this every month. And every month has its own theme. My theme was You're So Golden. And there were a total of 4 tours, I believe, during 6 rounds. So there were a total of 24 tours. And that's just free. It's included in the ticket, by the way. So good to know. And I was surprised because almost all of them were in German. Only 3 tours of the 24 in total were in English. So please be aware, if you want to go to the night, that either your German is at a certain level or you're just fine with just 3 tours in total being in English and partying. Because at the end of the day, it's just fun to be in a museum where you can go clubbing. And also a museum that's normally during the day really busy. But now you have a very easy access to everything and you can walk wherever and there aren't too many people. So that was amazing. However, last thing of the howevers, it's really hard to get tickets. I got this tickets 24 hours before I got my Stray Kids Dome tickets. And y'all, it was almost just as hard. And the website even crashed. So let's just say getting the VIP tickets for Stray Kids was actually easier. I was so surprised about that fact. Anyway, but it was so worth it. So if you are a lover of museums and you want to see a museum in a completely different state than normal, because the music, it was loud. And the people who were there, I was surprised by their ages. It could also have been because it was the museum director, her 16th year, and it was her last month of being the director. But there were so many older people, like in their 50s, 60s and 70s even. I was so surprised. But actually it was a nice combination of people who were in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. They were all partying together, and I have to say, the people in their 70s, they can boogie. So I had so much fun watching them. There were also very nice drinks served. I myself got a non-alcoholic, so there are various types of things that you can get, even food. So if you had to boogie a little bit too hard, you can also eat some food. And then I got, just a couple of days later, I went to the ballet in the Wiener Staatsoper. I went to see The Winter's Tale, a piece by William Shakespeare. It's not my favorite William Shakespeare. However, I did really like to go to the ballet. And it was the ballet that was on at that moment. And it was amazing to see the ballet pieces and also the costumes, the way how everything was directed. I loved the music. And more special, sorry, that it was a little bit shaky, that scene that I got into the lodge, because that was me going into the lodge, and I noticed immediately that I was the first one in there, because there could be 6 people in there, and I was the first one there. And I was so happy, but I immediately started filming and I was shaking because I was not expecting how luxurious, oh, I can't even speak, how luxurious it was. Like, we had our own mirror, we had our own coat hanger, we had, it was incredible. And I only paid 25 euros for my ticket. I did sit in the back and I had a restricted view. But I could only, well, I couldn't see the right side of the stage, but other than that, I saw perfectly fine, and I really enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the piece. I enjoyed the overall vibe of being there. And fun fact, I almost forgot, but one of the influencers that I started following when I knew about my trip going to Vienna, she was there. I was just walking away. It was during the second break, and I didn't need to go to pee, but I wanted to walk around in the building because the break is quite long. And she went into the toilet, or like the area where they are, and I was like, wait, hold on, that was her. I knew for sure because of the way she dresses so beautifully. So I just waited when she got out and I was like, hey, aren't you? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, thank you so much for all the advice that you give on social media. That really helped to bring my trip to the next level. And she was like, thank you. So we had a really nice moment also with her friends. We just chatted for some time and then we all went our own way. But yeah, it was definitely 2 weeks of never want to forget any of it, because there were so many components. Also, after Christmas those days, I went to a museum with someone I met 2 weeks before during the tea workshop, and we had a good connection. We laughed so much and we had a great time over there, and I had some delicious food. I didn't film that part. I did film the ice cream part, and y'all, that ice cream pilot, chef's kiss. It's so good. They have all these different flavors and every month they change up the flavors. It's so good. Highly recommend to go there. And then all those record stores, I put them in a playlist like you saw, and there's one I didn't went to in this vlog, but it will be in the next vlog, and the next vlog will unfortunately be the last one in Vienna of me living there temporarily, and also my way back going to the Netherlands and my pit stop that I did. I went to Düsseldorf. I had an amazing time there as well. However, it's bittersweet because I loved living in Vienna and I loved being there. I loved the culture. I loved all the things that I got to do there. I love the amount of record stores that there are. And yeah, it was just an amazing time, and I hope to come back in the future many times. Anyway, that was it for this vlog. I hope you liked it, and that you stay tuned for the next vlog in the Vienna Adventures series. I hope you have a nice day, and to see you next time. Bye!